Those of you wanting masses of information on the Ex-Hakuho have likely been frustrated of late. And with good reason. He's been keeping, or perhaps kept, away from the sumo media, much to Japanese superfans' anger. What I can tell you is this. He has, said Sponichi on May the 5th, completed his pilgrimage to the family homes of all of his students to apologize for a stable takeover he didn't even decide upon. I pressed my knees closely together to bow in extra respectful fashion, he said. And a lot of parents wished me all the best. His travel schedule was doubtless helped by the fact that 4 of his men hail from Kyushu, 2 indeed from the very same town, 2 others come from Okinawa, a short flight from Kyushu, 3 others are within fairly easy reach of Tokyo, and 3 others are from Yamanashi. But the ridiculousness of this exercise, the purely punitive nature of which cannot be condoned by his contract, surely reflects very poorly on sumo indeed. Inside Isegahama stable, we've learned, Ex-Hakuho's being received very well. Takarafuji, after overcoming initial fears of being unworthy, accepted the ex-Yokozuna's invite to grapple and appears to have learned some new fighting tricks. His dazzling May performance far better than foreseen. Midorifuji told Nikkan Sports that Coach Miyagino suddenly challenged me to a Mongolian sumo bout. Even though we were wearing pro-sumo sashes, he just said, "Let's get it on," and before I knew it, he'd captured my arm and thrown me to the ground. Midori's uni friend Nishikifuji expressed his delight at being indirectly praised by a 45-time champion. He was instructing Hakuho and Tenshoho, Nishiki recalls, when he told them, "Watch Nishikifuji. See how he does it. His way of approaching each practice bout is a world apart from yours. It's great Coach Miyagino pays such attention to even my humble training regime." It's also clear that seminars, talk shows, and PR events have been scrubbed from Ex-Hakuho's schedule and replaced with more meals and chats with the wrestlers, much to their approval. Meanwhile, the one-time Ishindiki, a sumo consultant for Sanctuary, says the benefit boom should work both ways. You'd expect, for example, Hakuho to really come on under Isegahama's guidance, Ishindiki said, much in the way Tokushoryu did when his Kisei stable was forcibly merged with Kitanomi stable. That enabled Shoryu to learn Kitanomi's famous inside grip, which he skillfully used on his path to the Emperor's Cup. You look at the sheer numbers of salaried men Isegahama has produced, and know that the Miyagino boys must be getting a fine sumo education. My only worry is that some of the younger ones will not hold up. Hakuho and Tenshoho are holding up in their widened Johoku network, but their partial withdrawals at one stage this time took the total number of ex-Miyagino pullouts to 12 from 18 men. We will explore in the weeks ahead if there was some kind of May boycott. We know Coach Tamagaki talked some of these men out of walking away. The most recent piece of defunct Miyagino news came from ex-Ishiura, whose retirement event is now just days away. Now we've actually moved in and tested the Isegahama waters, there are loads of positives to take, he told Nikkan Sports on May 21st. I believe overall it's a good experience for me. The new coach Magaki also revealed that the undercard for his ceremony will feature Isegahama lower rankers against current members of his father's Johoku High School sumo team. Also the source of Hokuseiho, we should promptly point out. An event of twisted emotions all round it is shaping up to be. How will the crowd welcome Ex-Hakuho? The most interesting take on this whole affair was provided by author Chizuru Tainaka, who recently wrote in a magazine column, "Every time a scandal occurs, I am pained by Sumo's lack of ability to properly disclose information. We have not, for example, had the slightest explanation of the standards by which Miyagino was judged, nor of how the decision aligns with previous cases. And with such information poverty, no wonder sumo fans are hopping mad." But, she continues, we shouldn't be so surprised. The Sumo Association is set up like a traditional Japanese entertainment business. It has its own base, the Kokugikan, to build up a family of fans, make them feel at home, and keep them coming back to cheer on familiar faces. And one of its family-focused goals is to keep scandals in-house and never let them leak out. And what 100 years of pro sumo has revealed is, no matter how many dark clouds are gathered, sumo always seems to bounce back. Tainaka hints that Ex-Hakuho has a skill set and intelligent brain that should be used to enhance sumo's future, not banished to the sidelines. And without naming names, she believes that several other young coaches have plenty of smart opinions to offer. She specifically calls for the second coming of the former Kasagiyama, the man who helped Akinomi plot the end of Tabayama's streak. Kasagiyama was the first sumo star to have come from university. After becoming a sumo coach, he wrote newspaper columns on sumo issues of the day, and felt himself free to criticize his own association. We should be seeking to know what sumo's problems are, not denying they exist, was one of his more pointed observations. It is these Kasagiyama-style communication skills, the willingness to engage with the public, which Tainaka demands from sumo chiefs today. She suggests we need a sumo environment which encourages healthy debate and welcomes Kasagiyamas instead of clipping their phoenix-style wings.